Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Now, I've just, been meditating on, the book of Ecclesiasticus, predominantly, the first verse. I'm going to read it, Ecclesiasticus 2:1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And, I'm speaking, brothers in the truth, I'm speaking predominantly, for myself, when I just came into, the truth, what hell that was catching, when they call you crazy and whatnot, and then, the things that you used to do in the world, they start that you may have enjoyed, but you can't do them now because that they're wicked. You kind of you're tempted more to do them now because it's like you're not allowed to do it. And sometimes when you're not allowed to do something that you once did, you start to want to do it more. But you can't be in that spirit, man. Cause especially with everything going on, I was on our brother's video yesterday. Our brother's live yesterday. I believe his handle is the Beast. I can't remember. Bear with me. This, this was I just kind of went with the spirit with this, but since I mentioned him, let me try to find this. Yeah, this is the brother. He definitely be doing edifying videos, always on file. Make sure you subscribe to him. I'll put a link to his channel in the bio. But anyway, back to this. So, the Lord, we're supposed to be set apart. Now that we know this truth, we're supposed to, turn and, try to live righteously, man. And, this walk is not easy, man. It's not easy. When you're actually on the road, when you're actually on this walk, especially, when family and stuff that coming against you, I ain't gonna lie about anything like that. It's definitely not easy, man. But continuing on, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. When you're going through something, don't be all frantic and then worried and let those demons jump onto you and put those thoughts in your head like suicide and those type of things. I'm just spitballing. Those don't let those demons jump on you and put wicked thoughts into into your head, man. You gotta remember, you can always pray to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, no matter what you're going through, man, and he'll get you through it. And I speak I speak especially, from my experience as well. Not once, have I called upon Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and he's not helped me. Not once. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Because you gotta remember, it's the Lord that's in control of everything. The Lord could bring you to a lower state, that is something that you haven't experienced before, just to test your faith, man. Because, look at what happened to Job. You don't know, you can't let something like that deter you because, you could be, the same thing that happened to Job could be happening to you, just as a test, just your faith being tested, man. So you can't fold because yeah, you know, just like in the time of I was just thinking of the time of Jacob's trouble, and thinking of some of these guys are gonna fold. That I pray the Lord put the spirit on me, because like we're putting this we're getting into that mindset. You're getting into that mindset, being born and need to about all, man. But like obviously, it's easier said than done. We still gonna need the Lord to put that strong spirit upon us, because like it says in Jeremiah 30:7 and Daniel 12:1. I'll actually start Daniel actually. This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince that standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation. So there's going to be a time of trouble, that's coming up that has never been, that no other time in history has ever been like this. Since there was a nation, even to that same time, and at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone found written in the book. So you gotta imagine, it's gonna get so serious out here that the Archangel Michael is gonna have to intervene. You got you got actually think about it, man. Because the angels, gonna be obviously protecting the elect in that time. The Lord's gonna have it where the elect are gonna be protected. If you have to be, you are gonna have some that are gonna need to die, as a testimony of their faith. Like it says in Revelation, those that were beheaded. I'm gonna get that after those that were beheaded, basically. But ultimately, the elect is gonna be good, man. To back up this point, I'm gonna get Jeremiah. I see if I should start. I'm probably gonna start from the 5th or the 6th verse. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna kind of get there. Here it is. I'll start at the 5th. This is Jeremiah 30:5. For thus saith the Lord, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man does travail with child. That's talking about, when a woman is going into labor. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands in his loins? So you gotta imagine that. He's getting, you actually gotta imagine that, seeing a man, with his hands on his loins, getting so serious. And as a woman in travail, as a woman, talk about, woman in labor, when she's screaming, it's like, because, she's going through excruciating pain, and her face is turning to paleness. Like, when you see, like, especially when they show in those cartoons, and her face is turning to paleness, it's usually used to show extreme fear. Alas, for that day is great, that there is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. That he is referring to the elect, man. But, we see in the 7th verse, as highlighting this Jacob's trouble is going to be serious, man. And it's funny because these same guys, that made fun of us, thought that we didn't know what we're talking about. They're gonna be the same people that look for answers, especially some of these prideful females, because because when a crisis comes, they're gonna be the worst, man. Aside from the children, because the children are ultimately dependent, but the women, they ain't gonna know what to do. They're gonna be, they're gonna be they're gonna need protection, and they're gonna need, you know, not just women. It's gonna be people in general. We're gonna be like, oh, I remember those guys that we're talking about that. Oh, my nephew, knows a bit of stuff about that. But if the Lord, they're gonna be, trying to find us, but he ain't gonna. They're gonna be trying to look for us, but they may not. They ain't gonna find us, man. They may call us, but if the Lord doesn't have it where we may be able to say a little 1, 2, but it ain't gonna be like, the warnings, the vigorous warnings that we tried giving them, and they didn't try and they didn't take heed. I believe Amos 8:11. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. And they shall run from sea to sea, and run from the north to the east. Why are they running from the north to the east? Because they want to know answers. This is the time when things get serious, and they start to see, oh wait, these guys were saying this stuff gonna happen. These guys were talking about this way before. I wonder what they're doing now. It's because if they knew that this was gonna happen, they must know what to do now. I wonder if I can find them, and and it's spiritual because it's funny because like one time this week, one night this week, right? I had I believe it was in the spirit. I don't mean to go on a tangent. I believe it was a link to Isaiah 4:1. So basically, I was on I was on Instagram. I wasn't sure what was going on. Suddenly I noticed. Wait, hold on a minute. I basically I must have put up something up, and I noticed my comic board is blowing up, and I'm saying, wait, hold on a minute. Wait, my account is on private. How am I getting so many likes? And you know what I'm saying? Because I'm saying, yo, these are thousands upon thousands. I'm like, yo, when I say thousands upon thousands, I mean each time I looked, there was thousands, more. When I kept refreshing, I see the females. I seen them in the comment section like, no, this guy's not a simp. And I was like, they were mentioning the Hebrew, my name. I'm like, yo, how do you know that this is Hebrew? I'm like, why am I here? I believe one of them, I am going to say this verbatim. One of them says, he doesn't simp for females. He simps, for the Lord. That I remember, I recall this clearly from the dream. It may not have been word for word, but it was something along them lines. I was like, yo, what is going on? I was kind of puzzled in this dream, man. But that's not important. But I just thought it would be interesting to tell. And especially Ezekiel 33:3. Salakia 33:33 is a good point to back this up as well. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come to pass. Salakia. And when this cometh to pass, this is Ezekiel 33:33. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then they shall know that a prophet had been among them. Because when these prophecies that we were talking about start really amplifying and start really coming in like, how can I say this, like a tsunami. When they start coming in like a tsunami, that's when they're gonna be looking for the men of the Lord. Like they're gonna be really looking for the men of the Lord, man. Like I believe in Isaiah 12:13, the Lord said, I'll make a man more precious than fine gold. I'll get that one, and then I'll close it off with that scripture I mentioned earlier in Revelation. I believe, is it 13:12? Oh, yes, lucky. Isaiah 13:12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man more than the gold wedge of Ophir. So Imagine the most precious type of gold. You go make a man more precious than that. So you gotta understand that. Like, oh. But let me close it off on this one. Yeah. Can't remember exactly which verse it was. I believe it's the 14th. Here it is. Yeah, no, Salaki, it was the 20th. I'm gonna close it off with this. It's Revelation 20:4. And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or their hands, and had lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years. And not just 1,000 years, forever. But it's going to take 1,000 years for the kingdom to be built up, man. But, I wasn't really, I just kind of went with this through the spirit, I hope this was edifying. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushua, Bashim, Brakakadash. Until next time, Shalom.